Good evening all. Welcome to our next segment on the grappling videos we've been doing. I hope you have tuned into them. Hope you've been keeping up on some of the stuff. Again, a lot of the things we've looked at are things and drills you can work on at home for motion. But once again, for improvement, if you're not working at home anyway, whether you're coming to class or not, you're missing out. So please try to, if you have time. I understand during these circumstances, doing this is not always the most pressing thing in your lives. However, hopefully when we get back into it, we can enjoy banging around like we always used to. I look forward to it. Anyway, tonight we're going to work on some technique. I want to look at basically what is called, referred to many times as a key lock series, figure 4, got a few different names. We'll just look at it as key locks. Again, I'd like to introduce my son Matthew, who has been very good and gracious in allowing me to twist them up for your viewing pleasure. So, if I may have you, sir, on your back, head here. Scooch down a little bit. So, we're going to stretch your arm out. I want to make sure they get the full effect and the grimace of your pain. So, for the sake of camera angles, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to take these all out of side control and from this motion so you can see camera. I may shift him a little bit to check some nuances or some variations that I use or that can be used. So, we have looked at basic side control. Oh yes, my friend. So your basic side control. And again, nice and tight. Pressure down. Now, the idea, which we talked about in one of the other segments, was isolation. Isolating a limb or something to attack. In this case, whatever side, we're looking at isolating an arm. Okay? And we're looking at it in a basic hold, of which we've shown from when someone is on the bottom in guard, the Kimura. Kimura uses that lock, okay? And we're going to do it to twist this arm into a variety of areas that are painful and hopefully cause a submission, okay? So, again, 3 basic forms. Boom. We have the arm down. And we lock it. When the arm's down like this is usually referred to as the Kimura position. Up, a lot of times it's called an Americana. Out is a variation of arm bar. Okay? They affect different parts of the arm. Kimura, Americana, a lot of times in the shoulder, whereas arm bar is definitely in the elbow. Okay? So, with all of them, these are joint locks, okay? The joints. It's not like you have time. So if you practice, especially with another person, make sure you're both on the same page. Do not slam, because little bits of motion create lots of damage, especially with the arm bars, okay? So, again, we've rolled, boom. And I've captured my opponent inside control. Now I'm looking for the arm. Peel. And I've put it to the ground. Come across. I'm burying my elbow right into the side of his neck. And the other side, I'm not being as tight as I could be because I'm trying to be nice to my partner. And buried on my leg. So he can't roll. He's got some space here because I'm being nice. Normally I wouldn't be that nice. I'd have him buried in tight, deep. Okay? But I've captured the arm. Boom. Now, you see people do it with the thumb this way or this way. For this particular grip, I do like the thumb above. It's easier for me. Here, your other arm is either diving under, sliding under to capture your own wrist. Ah, he's feeling it already. Okay? From here, normally, like I said, be very tight. You want to be tight to create a lot of pressure. What we do then is we take this, and we're going to bend it. See how his hand is starting to paint the floor. Okay? And that's what it is. You use it as a paintbrush. I lock, I bury. Okay? It hurts. Yeah, I'm afraid so. So here, and I'm going to twist like a motorcycle. Boom, boom, boom. Here. And you can see him. Tap. Okay. So boom. Americana. Now, on the opposite end, we've trapped, but we've trapped in the downward. Here. Boom. And again, now this grip, I like the thumb in. Other people don't. I'm not going to argue. If you get it, you get it. I like the thumb in. Same thing. Underneath, or as you're coming down, dig it in and then trap it. Capture. Wrist to wrist. Up. Twisting. He's tapped. You tap out loud so they hear it, or just yell tap. Okay. And I rotate back. Okay. Now, last, but certainly by no least, okay, you capture further out, and you capture this arm. Now, you're in between here, and he's trying to move it out, so he extends it out. Here again, for me, this one I do not use the thumb in. I use the thumb out, bury. Arms extended. Elbow right here. I'm underneath. Okay, I'm bringing his arm off the floor just because I don't want to cause him undue pain. But once I'm underneath, it's an arm bar. Now, important to notice, can I move you down just a hair? Yep. In the arm bar, it is very important to notice the direction you are prying in or levering in is guided. Okay? If he's like this, his hand flat, you're not going to get it. It can hurt, but you're not going to get it. Same as if it's this way. You can get it, but difficult. But the thumb is your guide. Once the thumb is pointing to the ceiling, now it's right there. Okay? So always remember, if that's the way you're going to lever, if you're going to lever this elbow up, okay, under his elbow, boom, to break it, thumb needs to be going in the same direction. Okay? That's your rule of thumb. Stay here. If you're doing a sitting arm bar, which we're not working on today, here, it's the same thing. Okay. I'm going to sit back for his arm bar, which I'm not even going to do. But again, I'm going to bring this elbow, when I go back, up, and the thumb follows the same direction. It's convenient. I'm back on the couch doing an arm bar. Pop. Okay. But, don't go away yet, pup. So, yeah, just elbow you in the gut. You'll go back down.
Pretty much.
All right. So, now, rolling. Again, we're going in a side control. I've captured him. Boom, I've buried. I've already isolated the arm here. But this doesn't get me the arm. Okay? This doesn't get it. I have to somehow get it to the floor. And peeling. Peeling, body pressure to get it down. Now I'm adjusting. Okay. You gotta peel it off. Have to get it. Here, a lot of times we'll go, fight. Before we even get here, there's a little seam. I'm already under the arm. Okay? I'm already under it. I'm under it in reverse, the wrong order, but I've created a space at my own wrist. So now, flattening, I already have a space I can replace. Okay? So as one goes out, the other goes in. Now I trap. Okay? So again, we fought, boom, boom, boom. He's going to bring this arm up to get me or to control. Good, because now I've isolated it.
Ow.
Okay? Or if he goes the other way, again, I've got my hold here. I'll flatten. Obviously, I'm exaggerating the motions. I've replaced it. Now, if I just go up, I don't even have to rotate.
What's up?
Yep. Now, a lot of times, the answer to this, if you create too much space, is a person will snake their arm in and reach across and grab. Okay? And it can happen depending on the size of the opponents or motion. So, if we're here, and I've got him in side control, and I'm isolating the arm, for me, from old grappling, I'll stay over here. I've got this, the other arm. I'll drive it to the floor and kneel on it. Now I'm going to switch him to show you that. Okay? But he gets that arm completely out of the way. Oh yeah, it starts to hurt already. All right, switch it. Whoop.
Okay. That's what I was doing.
Right there. So again, be in side control, and I know I'm going to attack this arm. I feel him start to dig in with this arm, trying to defend himself. So instead, come back, peel it.
Ow.
I like to bury it under my leg, and then I reapply my side control. But now that arm is buried in deep. He can't get it out. Now, if everything goes to pork over here, for whatever reason, defense-wise or whatever, I can fall back because now I have this isolated. I worked on both at the same time, isolated.
Ow. Wow. Okay, it's up. Okay, please don't.
Obviously, I put on a little weight during quarantine. All right there, pup?
Yeah.
Okay. So, back if you would. Again. So, side control. Kimura. He tries to extend his arm to escape it. Arm bar. Thumb to the ceiling. We go the opposite way. Here. Again. Turn. Paint the floor. Boom. Good?
Yeah.
Those are your three basic ones. Okay? Yeah, they're all painful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, as I said, email, text, Facebook, any questions. But those are the three basics. Okay. Now, briefly, I have another friend to introduce.
Oh, God.
Should I introduce him? I should. Stay.
I honestly thought you were talking about Lucy.
No. So, in the grand scheme of things, once again, occasionally it's easier to work on something that looks Ski top, pillow.
Where did it go?
Hang on a moment, boy. Pipe insulation. Now, the training dummies are called Bob. This one is not. This one is affectionately called Alex. Alex is my partner. I've worked with Alex for a number of years. He's a very good friend. And maybe someday he'll actually watch one of my videos since he's not a practitioner, and he will find out that this is called Alex.
I'll send it to him.
You don't have to do that. And then we'll see if all my training can protect me at that point, because he will want to kill me. However, a beautiful rendition of what was Matthew. Kimura. Armbar. Americana. Okay? So, again, I like to use this as a visual, and because after a while my poor son decides he no longer wishes to participate other than running in front of the camera.
Oh, okay.
Not sure where you thought you were going. But anyway, so that being the series for tonight. Again, we get back, you should be looking at these, and at the same time come back, please, with some questions. I really hope to see you all. Please keep your support going for FSK and for all of us so we can get back to training together. Thank you very much, and good night.